What up, guys? 5-0. That is a week that you need to get back in the game, back to where we were. You know, it's down in the 40s the last 2 weeks. We're back up into the top 20. I'm in 18th right now. 10-1 on the season. 14 and a half points. First place is 18. I'm right there. Absolute awesome week last week. I could not have been happier. You know, you got to keep the momentum rolling now. We have to come in this week and have another good week. You know, 5-0. You need to have a couple of those during the season. That was a great 5-0 week. And the funny thing about it was I didn't even love all the picks. You know, it was weird. You know, the pick I probably loved the most was the Texans, and that was the only one I really had to worry about. You know, where I was really worrying, is it going to hit, is it not going to hit? But 5-0, that's what we like to do. Come back, let's try to do it again, right? So first pick, as we know, we fade the worst team in the league. Worst team in the league is the Jets. We have to take the Dolphins. In my pool, number is -8. Big number to come up on. You know, that big game against the Niners is going to make the number higher, but -8, we're laying it. We're going for it. There it is. All right, so pick number 1. Been all around here with the Bears. You know, do I like the Bears? Do I don't like the Bears? I really haven't been able to figure this team out. But, you know, one team that I actually really love, I took their season win total over 5.5 because I did not want to be betting on them all year. But I still want to root for them from a distance. Be like, yeah, try to get this 6-10, you know, try to get paid a little bit. And that's the Carolina Panthers. You know, as soon as McCaffrey went out, I thought that 5.5 was good as dead. They've rattled off 3 wins in a row. And they're playing a Bears team that really just has not looked impressive at all. I was surprised by the number. It's low. You know, I think the Panthers are a good team. Teddy B, I believe in them. So Panthers -1.5. There's your first pick of the day. Second pick, it's another pick that just shocked me. You know, when I first read the lines on Monday, you know, I kind of get a feel for maybe a pick or two I like, kind of see how it goes throughout the week. But seeing this Packers game, I thought about taking the Packers before I saw the spread. You know, hopefully maybe laying a field goal, 3.5. You know, hopefully the numbers around there. It was pick'em. On Monday, actually, it was -2. I was like, wow, I like that. Like, I wonder, you know, because the pool lines get released on Wednesday. You know, is it actually going to be -2? Am I going to get lucky, or is it really going to jump up to -3.5 or 4? No, I went the other way. It's pick'em. People are actually questioning the defense. They really believe in Brady. I'm not a Tampa Bay believer at all. Haven't really been the whole year, but pick'em. I put my real money. I bet real money -2 on Monday because I thought I was going to go the other way. I might have to dive back in if we start to be plus points here. I took them again. I pick them. I actually love the Packers this week. It's actually insane. This is my favorite play so far the entire year is the Packers. The Packers are legit. Like, they are legit. I'm just absolutely shocked by this number. You know, I really can't even explain to you about it. Like, it's just shock on my face. I don't know. You should have seen it when I saw that the spread went from 2 to pick them. That was unbelievable. And the third pick, another pick where I thought hopefully the line moved, and then it moved in my favor again. And it's the Rams. You know, the Rams are playing the Niners. Niners have been looking sketchy. You know, ton of injuries, as we know. They've lost all these games at home. They're only 2 wins of the year versus the Jets and the Giants. How good are they really? It was shocking versus the Dolphins what happened, how Garoppolo's been playing, you know, but beyond any of that, the Rams have been playing pretty well. You know, I took the Rams last week against the Redskins. I like that there. Kyle Allen got hurt early, kind of helped us out there. But, you know, and I took Rams last week too. This is the 3rd week in a row I'm taking the Rams. You know, I haven't agreed with the lines on the Rams lately. I think Vegas undervalues them. Just like how they overvalue the Tampa Bay. They always overvalue the Chiefs. You know, there's value here. And I thought it was going to be 3.5, and I was ready to take it at 3.5. And the pool lines, everything came out on Wednesday, it was 3. So Rams -3 is, love it. 3rd week in a row taking it. Let's ride them. You know, I love the pick. Not as much as the Packers one, man. I'm in love with that pick. But that is the 4th pick. Then the random number generator went. And what do you know? It's another week in the random number generator picks against the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's the Bills plus 3.5. Not really one I'm too happy about. Wasn't happy about the Raiders last week either. And what do you know? They fucking won the game outright. So pretty wild there. So pick one is automatically fade the Jets. So we have Dolphins -8. Pick two is Carolina. They're playing in that 1 o'clock game, and they are -1.5. Third game, favorite game of the whole entire season. I've actually bet twice. Packers, pick 'em. Fourth bet is your Sunday Night Football game. I have the Rams -3. And then the fifth game, random number generator, came up with the Bills plus 3.5. You smell that? That's 5-0, baby. We're coming again. All right, so for the second half, a lot of people ask, common question, hey, what was your first day out like? Like, what did you do? Like, what happened? What was your first week out? Like, everyone always wondering, how does that go? What actually goes through it? Goes through your mind and other things. I actually kind of planned. It seems weird. I planned out my first day out before I ever went in. I had a laptop. I had an iPhone. I had everything, and I put everything in the safe. I had some money that I put into a safe, and was like, all right, when they get out, I am opening the safe, and then we're gonna go from here. It was at my parents' house. My parents didn't know the combination. Nobody knew the combination. I just had it in my brain. Like, I know the combination. So, to backtrack a little bit, so I didn't really know when I was going to get out. It seems kind of weird. So, when you're incarcerated, you can get good time, but you can't get good time on all time, because there's different kind of sentences. You can have a regular sentence where, hey, you're sentenced to a year in jail. You're sentenced to 2 years in prison. You're sentenced 3 years. You're sentenced. There's some people have what I had. It's called an on and after sentence. So I was sentenced to 2 years with 18 months on and after. So that means I had 2 different sentences. So even if one charge got dropped, so basically when one ended, then the other one started. Actually, I had 18 months with 2 years on and after. That's how it goes. So when the 18-month one ended, then I would start automatically on the 2-year one at the end. And even if I got acquitted of one, then I still had the other charge. But trust me, it's not something how you want to get sentenced at all. But if you have mandatory time, then you can't get good time on it. You can't get out on parole on it. You mandatorily have to do the time. Okay, so the way back when they thought that they were being smart, fighting the war on drugs and everything, if you were caught with drugs near a school zone, that is 2 years minimum mandatory locked up. Just by happen chance being near a school. Now, in my scenario, the cops had a warrant for my apartment. They had a warrant for my car. They waited right until I drove by a school. Like, they were following me for a couple minutes. Waited till my car was driving on a road near a school to pull me over. And then there was some drugs in the car. Boom. Then you get hit with the school zone charge. Just like that. I wasn't physically outside walking around near the school, selling anything near the school or anything like that, which I think that's how the law was set up. But that's just the way it works. I can say happily, very happily, that nowadays the mandatory charge is only if you are caught near a school zone and you either have a weapon or you were being violent at the time. Drugs in school zone and being violent or with guns. Because there's too many cases like mine where someone just happened chance was near a school when they got pulled over within the limit, then, or not by happen chance, they planned it that way to stick more time on you and just to really hurt people, So when I actually got out, that year, in my mind, I had to do at least 2 years, because if you have 18 months with 2 years on and after, that's a little, that's 3.5, which is 42 months. But I thought if 24 months of it's mandatory, that means the earliest I could get out would be that August. The law actually changed while I was locked up to the beginning part to, if it was non-violent, then you could just get out on good time. It's 2 years mandatory, but you actually could get out on parole on it. You know what I mean? or you can start to earn a little bit of good time on it, right? So to pause for 1 second. So good time, I forgot the math on it. I really did. Every month that you don't get in trouble and you just are a normal person who acts normal, they knock, I forgot, 5 days off your sentence, 7, 10. I really forgot the number. If I had to take a guess, I would say 10 per month. That makes sense. So I had knocked down a bunch of time. But anyway, so I'm thinking I have to do at least 24 months, right? Because I already got as much good time as I can, all this other stuff. And the law changed, I remember, while I was locked up. And the year I got out, it was maybe February? Maybe March. Maybe February, maybe March. I'm not sure. And a decision came in because I had appealed it like 5,000 times about the law. And once I knew the law was changing, all this other stuff. But I never heard anything back ever. And I had appealed it so many times. Not really so many, but a good chunk. And then I finally got that letter in the mail. It was February or March, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, you get out in May. You're like, whoa. Whoa. Like, this kind of... that's crazy, you know what I mean? Because basically I got the whole summer. Not that I could do anything when I got out, but I still had, instead of the end of the summer, it was the beginning of the summer. That's a big difference. So anyway, once I knew the date I was going to get out, my release date ended up calculating out to a Saturday. And it was the fucking, if you get out on a Saturday, that means you get out on Monday. You can never get out earlier. You just would get out the next, you know what I mean? Unless it's your release date. Long story. But since it's parole, then it's that Saturday, right? The Monday was that holiday that's in May. So then I actually got out on Tuesday. So it's like I got out 4 days later than I should have. And when wait, I gotta pause. Sorry, someone was knocking on the door. So I got out on that Tuesday, right? When I got out, like, the morning dragged. Everyone kind of knows you're getting out. At that point, I was in minimum security. So I've seen other people gone out. I'm kind of like doing the same thing where you kind of just wait around, say goodbye to people. People say good luck, different stuff. Family waiting. Of course, they had to do a whole bunch of other shit. And it's the first day back from the holiday, so everything's a shit show. I think by the time I actually got out, it was maybe 10 or 10:30 or 11 or something. Mom, dad, sister. I have a video of it. It's actually kind of cool. Of me walking out. I just have my bag of shit that I had. My clothes or, I don't know, other random stuff. So we walk out. We went home. So we go back home to my parents' house. I go up to the safe. I unlock the laptop, which and iPhone hasn't been open in years. And of course, I plug in the iPhone and it has to have like 6,000 updates because I've never updated it. Took the money and we went to the Verizon store, which was the plan. I didn't know that the technology had changed. I didn't have to back anything up. That you could just do it on your own or whatever. But anyway, I brought the iPhone. I was like, "Yep, here to buy a new iPhone." Boom, boom. Got the brand new iPhone. Got hooked up with a new number. All this other stuff. Then you're kind of texting people around, doing other stuff. Maybe it was like, I think by the time you do that, it's maybe like noon or 1 o'clock. I went to the bank. I got a new debit card. Because obviously my debit card PIN expired and other stuff after a couple of years, so I got that set up. I think then maybe hung out with one of my friends. I'm actually not even sure what I did. Oh, know what I did? I actually had to go down to probation. So I was on probation and I was on parole at the same fucking time. It was actually awful. So the day you get out, you have to go see the probation officer. So I did after Verizon. That's what I did. I went and saw the probation officer. You see them, blah, blah, blah. They tell you, whatever the fuck it is, $60 a month you now have to pay. The day when I saw him, which the day I got out, I somehow owed hundreds of dollars, which was insane. Had like a couple weeks to pay it. Hey, you're going to be $60 a month for, I forgot how long I was on probation for, 2 years maybe? No, it was like 3 years. It was 3 years. And then I had to go see the parole person. You had to give like piss tests immediately, even though I literally had just gotten out. That person then informs me I owe them $80 a month. So now I owe $140 a month. I don't have a job. It's like, oh, this is great. And then I owe them all this other stuff. And then I have to pee. And then you have to sign up for these other programs. And it's like, so you get out and you have like 5,000 bills that you now have to pay. And, luckily I planned it out, and I have parents that are supportive. But if you're not, it's really easy to see how someone could go back right away, especially with how much money out of pocket you owe right away. And if you don't have money to pay that, then that's when you see sometimes those crews of people on the side of the road or some other stuff, because there's other programs that you can do, because obviously there's people that are released that are dirt poor. But then it has them going all these other programs, and you're interacting with ex-cons and other stuff. So it's not the best idea to do that, you know. So I remember that's what I did. I saw them, both of those people, which took a majority of the afternoon, get back to the house. We're kind of just hanging out. I'm setting some stuff up on my iPhone. And then my uncle owns a restaurant. Actually, restaurant I was working at after I got out. So like a week later, I started working there. But at the restaurant, we just had, I don't know, the family over. I have a pretty big family, so grandma's there, aunts, uncles, cousins, other people, just kind of not really like a huge celebration. Obviously, I can't be drinking. I have a curfew now. I can't be out past 10 o'clock. So it's pretty mild dinner, but it's kind of just like, hey, what's up? Just like, yay, KingPin Pete's here. Woo. You know, it's just not really anything too crazy. So we did that. Then, you know, went back to the house. You know, I went to bed. It wasn't anything too nuts. I remember the next day went out, got one of the new Xbox with one of my buddies. Kind of hung out with him. Signed up for the gym. Just started going to the gym. Just kind of getting back to another routine. But you know, you have the parole guy coming over randomly all the time. Probation person's up your butt, you know, bothering you, and, you know, kind of just seeing people the first week here and there, but, you know, nothing too crazy. And I was on like serious lockdown, you know, because when I got locked up, I was a kid. When I got released, I was 23 or 4. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So I'm living with my parents, and obviously miserable until I got out. But, you know, it wasn't like going anything crazy. It isn't even anything that crazy, but people ask all the time, like, hey, what was your first day out? Like what'd you do? You know, but first thing out, got out at 10:30. We went home to that safe. I would say actually right before we did stop at McDonald's. I had the brunch or whatever the hell, egg McGriddle thing, you know, just to eat something. You know, you gotta eat. But, you know, I already been exposed, like I said in the other one, to the food visits, so wasn't anything too crazy, anything out of the ordinary. But hey, that's my first day out. People ask all the time. There it is.